What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, got another fun one for you. Another basic carded G.I. Joe figure for you. All the way from 2003, we bring you the G.I. Joe Navy security officer. Let's bring this guy in. G.I. Joe fans, we want to keep surprising you. We want to keep the fun coming from all directions with these beautiful G.I. Joe figures. Hasbro put out a ton of these figures, these basic carded figures around the 2000 and 2003 years. There were just so many basic carded figure G.I. Joes assortments that you just couldn't keep up with all of them. Fortunately, we did. There's not too many basic carded G.I. Joe figures that we don't have here in our museum collection. We have pretty much, I would venture to say 99.9% all basic carded G.I. Joe figures that were really put out between 96 and 2003. So right around that time, because that's when the influx really, between 2000 and 2003, we saw a huge jump in the basic carded figures because Hasbro was really trying to accommodate parents that simply couldn't afford, $40, $50, $60 action figures. So you could walk into a Walmart, and this is exactly what I did. I walked into a Walmart back in 2003 and I purchased this beautiful Navy security officer. But and he didn't cost much. I think this figure cost somewhere around $15 back in 2003. He retailed for around $15, probably $16 with tax, somewhere around there. Didn't cost much. But, parents that are trying to make ends meet and keep their kids happy at the same time, this was an excellent idea by Hasbro. And this is a marketing tool that, really made Hasbro geniuses in their own right, because I would like to see the Hot Toys and other high-end action figure lines kind of do the same thing. Sideshow collectibles. Make some of these figures attainable. Make some of these figures that can reach out to the masses of people that simply can't afford a $200 to $300 action figure. And they're beautifully made. And as you can see, this beautiful G.I. Joe here is gorgeous. He has the gung-ho grip hands. You just didn't get a figure that was cheaply made. Hasbro didn't do that. They provided you, the consumer, with a high-end action figure for half the price, half the cost. I mean, he came with the same body build as his high-end G.I. Joe brethren that cost $30, $40, $50, in some cases $80. He was built the same way. He was on an articulated body for that time period around 2003, and they did a mashup of some sorts with these carded figures, G.I. Joe carded figures. They gave him the which I was fine with, this the molded T-shirt torso body. So they kind of cut corners and saved money. So he didn't have a cloth T-shirt. Pants were cloth. He had the beautiful camouflaged pants. There's his holster. We have the pistol up here. I don't think the clip was removable, though. We'll check that out. This was another feature of this particular pistol, though. It had the slide back action for the top of the pistol, that you could slide it back and reload in that sense. There's a pouch right here. He had to mold it. And I like these ski mask caps, I should say, skull caps. But it was molded, and I prefer that. I have a ton of GI Joes that have the actual cloth one, but this is another way that Hasbro could cut costs and keep this figure under production costs, where they could sell him for about $14 or $15 to the public. Beautiful machine gun. There's his canteen that actually opens, and it's hollow inside, so you could actually put water in his canteen. These are all beautiful features for a carded figure. So you got a lot of bang for your buck in regards to that. Guys, if you're just joining us, please like and subscribe. Join the fun. Join the family. Join the excitement, guys. We have it all here at the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. We have a extensive, massive G.I. Joe inventory here at our museum on display for your viewing pleasure. And we're checking out today our G.I. Joe Navy security officer. Let's bring this guy down. As a matter of fact, let's turn him around real quick. Here's the side. Here's his equipment list. Cap, pants, boots, M4 rifle, wet belt, holster, pistol, canteen, pouch. Not bad. Not bad at all. Here's a blown out look here. This card is, once again, it's beautiful, in beautiful condition. This is a C10 museum example that we have here at our museum. Let's get you a year real quick. 2003. There's our Navy security officer. You can see this looks like it's a sticker on his chest, but on the front it's printed on. Here's the backstory on a Navy security officer. You can pause your video if you want to do some great reading. Here's another one you could also look for, the Army Desert Infantry. We have that beautiful figure in our G.I. Joe Museum collection as well. Guys, what do you think about our Navy security officer? Do you have this guy? Are you looking for this guy? I would always tell you to look at Cotswold Collectibles first and foremost. We do a lot of business with Cotswold Collectibles. We've been doing a lot of business for the last 15, 16 years with Cotswold Collectibles. They are a phenomenal toy website that you can purchase any action figure known to man. They carry everything. Every toy line imaginable they carry, and they're collectors themselves, so you can't lose. As you can see, this is a factory sealed version here. Beautifully done. He's got his boots on there. Just a really cool and fun figure, and we just wanted to share this guy with you today, this beautiful G.I. Joe figure. I don't think the carded version figures get a lot of attention that they deserve, but on the secondary market, we're finding now that these figures are becoming fan favorites and very difficult to find at times for some of these particular carded versions of G.I. Joes, because so many of them were under the radar for the simple fact that Hasbro just didn't mass produce a ton of these guys. And this is 2003, mind you, so Hasbro only had about a few more years with their 12-inch G.I. Joe line. So some of these figures were coming out through the necessity of Hasbro trying to unload a lot of their product due to that situation with them just knowing that they were going to be closing down the 12-inch line. So you see a lot of mashup type figures with G.I. Joe that came out. And we'll get into that in another episode and show you some different types of versions of G.I. Joe in the mashup version. Guys, we'd like to thank you for hanging out with us today here at our museum, talking about our Navy security officer, G.I. Joe, action figure. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.